Hey, can you just walk us through that inbounds play at the end of the game? And I guess just the way that whole kind of last few minutes transpired with all the whistles and replays and reviews, just kind of how your team stuck with it there.
Well, I mean, you could sit here and talk about the plays being drawn up and all that. Our guys just made plays and we stuck with it. When the whistle didn't go our way, and the ball went out on book, I thought we had really good poise during that time. And then when the free throws were missed, we talked about free throw box out all morning because we had situations in game one where we didn't free throw box out. And so Mikal makes a great rebound. We get a timeout. And, credit to Jay. We were trying to get a lob for DA, and he had the awareness to just put it up there where DA could only get it. And Book sets a great screen. Jay makes a great pass. And it's just one of those things that happens where you're just grateful for it, the will of our guys to just stay with it. I didn't think we played great tonight, but we made enough plays to win the game. So there was a lot of things that happened. I got to watch the film to make sure I'm not confused by all the events that happened, but it was unreal execution at the end. And for us, like the mental stamina to just stay in there and not give up when it looked like it wasn't going to go our way.
Next is David Brandt with the Associated Press, and then Kellen Olson.
Hey, Monty. Deandre just, that seemed to be an encapsulation of what he's turned into, just imposing his will, going to get that ball. That was his, kind of like a receiver in the end zone or something like that. I mean, he was good all night. What did you think of, just what he's turned into as far as such a dominant force down?
Well, he's starting to understand having a role doesn't limit you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you tell a guy this is your role, they tend to think like, I can't do anything else. He just has a big role. And defensively, the rebounding, and then the ability to go at the end and get that ball where nobody else can go get it. Says a lot about his mental maturity. A lot of times you give up on plays like that when it's, that time on the clock. But I thought he showed a lot of stamina tonight physically too. I mean, he was running hard and rebounding in physical game. I could go on and on about where he was to where he is now. He's just turning into a really dominant player on both ends of the floor.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, and then Dave McMenamin.
Hey, Marty, you mentioned Devin screen, just the toughness for him tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I heard the crowd going crazy, so it was either him or Chris coming through the entryway. And I know his face was swollen. I know he was in pain. But that's the will that I've been talking about that he has. And I thought the shot that he hit over Beverly was just booked. And Chris has been talking to him all year about just getting to your spot. Don't try to complicate it. He got to his spot and he made a big shot. And I thought his defense, even though he had fouls tonight, he played physical defense. It's a playoff game. You got to figure out how the refs are calling it. But the screen, he said at the end, the other option was if they made a mistake, or just pop and get a shot. But his screen was tremendous.
Next up is Dave McMenamin with ESPN, and then Mark Medina.
Back here. The play, the final inbound play, is that from your playbook? You pick up at any point and the ankle, launch angle, the pass.
Yeah, it's a different. Typically run that more when it's like a typical BOB. It's pretty much a combination of something that Brett Brown used to run and Joe Prunty ran a play when he was here with the Suns. Tyson Chandler got that. It was like a slap in type play. So I wish I was that bright, but I'm not. I steal from everything. The players, Jay just made a great pass. That's the deal. You put it where only DA can get it. Just great awareness by him.
Is that something you guys practice that play?
Nah, because you walk through it. There's so many situations you can walk through. We've never walked through them. We tried to run it earlier in the year, playing against Denver. And DA had to go up and catch it and bring it back down and try to score. I think he dunked it, but that was just Jay. Book screen and DA's ability to go get the ball. Those three guys in that play, and Cam and Mateo just getting out of the way. So, like I said, I wish I was that bright, but it doesn't work out that way for me.
Next up is Mark Medina with USA Today, and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Monty, what did you make of how Devin played through all the physical play that the Clippers were using on him? And what did you make of how they're playing overall?
I think the game it's just playoff basketball. You know, I'm not, both Ty and I understand the level of physicality that is going to be allowed. I think Book did a decent job of not letting it take him out of his game. He got into foul trouble and was able to play for a few more minutes without picking up his third in the first part of the game. But that's just playoff basketball. Our guys are understanding it, and I can't reiterate enough having Jay and Chris and Etuan and Langston around this year to talk to our guys about these types of games has helped us a ton.
Next up is Gina Mizell with Suns.com, followed by Kirsten Susel.
Totality of the two games, and then to come out and win without Chris and to show the boys down the stretch and all of them that it sort of feels like he's still impacting this team even though he's not physically here.
No doubt.
What does that say about him?
Well, he's a winner. He has impact on winning. He's had an impact on the growth of our guys. He's had a huge impact on me. We had him on FaceTime in the locker room. He and I were just talking about a number of things, but Chris, everywhere he goes, you know, he has a positive winning impact on any group that he's involved in.
Next is Kirsten Susel with 12 News, followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Monty, in 2 games without having Chris Paul in the building, Book goes off, has a career night with his triple-double on Sunday, and then tonight Campaign has a career-high 29 points. I know it's been a lot more than just them, but what can you say, just about your guys stepping up without Chris?
I mean, we have depth on our team. It's young depth, but we have depth. And against a deep team like the Clippers, you just need it. You know, and there's not a lot of room for drop-off. When one guy goes down, we need the guys who are playing to play at a high level. And Campaign was tremendous tonight. His ability to get into the paint and score the ball was huge for us. Cam Johnson's been solid off the bench 2 games in a row. Dario gave us big minutes tonight. He hit a 3. He was decent in the paint tonight. Extremely good when they tried to switch on him and put a smaller guy on him. So you could go across the board and see the contributions from our team because of the depth that we have.
Next is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, followed by Mark Spears.
Here, coach down here. I want to ask about the crowd on Paul George's free throw. That's something that element wasn't there in the bubble.
I don't know.
It showed up tonight.
I'm just grateful for our fan base. You know, it might be the loudest place I've ever been in my career. It's just that loud. And so what effect it had, I don't know. But our fans give it up every single night. And it's just good to have them in the house, especially in those moments. So again, I'm just grateful for them.
Next up is Mark Spears with ESPN, followed by Sam Amick.
Coach, you're a man of faith. You have faith that it happens?
Well, I don't really know how it works when it comes to faith and winning. I think God is more concerned with how we deal with both the winning and losing. But I was praying, you know, I was just out there, man. My shirt was wet, and I was just thinking to myself, like, come on, Lord, please let me have it, you know, that kind of thing. But I really don't know how that works. I'm just grateful that it went our way this time. But as it relates to faith, I think God is more concerned with how you deal with the winning and the losing, to have a level of humility in both. And I've lost enough to master humility when I've lost. So I want to try to display the same when we're in moments like this. I'm just grateful that it went our way.
And it's not the greatest how you feel, you seen a lot of that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some crazy plays. I remember Ralph Sampson like tapping that thing up back in the day. I've been a part of an alley-oop where we were on defense and we tapped it in for the other team when I was in New Orleans. That was a heartbreaking play. And so it's hard to say, you know, if you're around the game long enough, you're going to see a lot. For me, it's an amazing play for us. And again, I can't tell you, you know, the passes they made and DA's ability to go get that ball and Devin screen won't work if you don't have those guys execute those kind of plays.
We got time for 3 more. Next is going to be Sam Amick with The Athletic, followed by Greg Moore.
You kind of just answered it. I mean, that officiating group took a lot of time.
Yeah.
To work on that.
Yeah.
Looking at the tape, what are you thinking? What's going through your head?
I'm just talking to, like, everybody has video now,
Right.
you know, so you're just looking at your bench and we knew the rule, you know, that it's not a shot, so you can hit it whenever you throw it up. So we knew that part. It was just a matter of, you know, was it going to go our way and then how much time was left on the clock. So I was just grateful that it was basket good. And then I'm hoping that it's like less than 0.4 on the clock, but it happened so fast, it ended up being 0.7.
Final 2 questions are Greg Moore with the Arizona Republic and Chris Haynes.
Coach Greg Moore, Arizona Republic, congratulations on the win. I'm thinking about the last play. Devin Booker set a screen on Zubac. I was hoping you could help me understand how tough that is under normal circumstances and how much tougher that might be with a busted nose.
You know, like I told everybody, he was probably playing with a great deal of pain from the time he got hit. I'm almost positive. I thought he broke his nose when I saw it. And then I was worried about the blood, you know, continuing to flow. But Devin, I said it last game, he has a tremendous will. His conditioning is, you know, unmatched. And the ability to go set that kind of screen, knowing that everybody's going to be draped all over you, said a lot about his willingness to make a play for his team. So it was just a cool moment for us, and we're just thankful that it went our way.
Final question is Chris Haynes with Turner.
Coach, as a serious shift over to Los Angeles, you guys played there already before, but the arena, it wasn't packed.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be.
Yeah.
What is the mindset as a serious shift?
Well, I think it's a great question because we do have a young team and a lot of young guys who are playing in situations they've never been in before, but you can only get the experience by going through it. And playing in Denver helped because they had a ton of fans that were going nuts for their team. But I just think that the last part of our schedule, some of those games we played in Milwaukee and New York and on the road, I think that will help our guys. But I also feel like the veterans on our team will help our young guys navigate through all of that. And once you start playing, you know how it is. You just kind of lose focus on all that. You just focus onto the game. So I hope that's our approach as we shift the series over to LA.
Thank you for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.